Ignoring the right debt payoff strategy could cost you over $10,000 in unnecessary interest payments. Money that could be in your savings, not a lender's pocket. Imagine spending years paying off debt, only to realize you could have been debt-free much sooner and with far less financial strain. Many Americans fall into this trap, simply paying minimums or haphazardly picking a method without understanding its true impact. This isn't just about debt. It's about your future wealth. Choosing correctly means freeing up thousands of dollars for investments, home ownership, or even an early retirement. But how do you know which method is truly superior for your situation? The answer isn't always straightforward, and the wrong choice can prolong your financial struggle for years. We're about to uncover the specifics. First, let's understand the debt snowball method. This strategy focuses on psychological wins to keep you motivated. You list all your debts from smallest balance to largest, regardless of interest rate. You make minimum payments on all debts except the smallest one, where you throw every extra dollar you can find. Once that smallest debt is paid off, you take the money you were paying on it and add it to the minimum payment of the next smallest debt. This creates a snowball effect as your payments grow larger with each debt eliminated. For instance, if you pay off a $500 credit card, that payment amount rolls into your next smallest debt, say a $1,500 personal loan, making that payment larger. The satisfaction of quickly eliminating debts is the driving force here, building momentum. But does this emotional boost come at a financial cost? Let's find out. Now, contrast that with the Debt Avalanche method, which prioritizes math over emotion. Here, you list your debts from highest interest rate to lowest, regardless of the balance. You make minimum payments on all debts except the one with the highest interest rate. On that high-interest debt, you pour all your extra money. Once it's paid off, you take the money you were paying on it and apply it to the debt with the next highest interest rate. This method is designed to minimize the total amount of interest you pay over time, saving you the most money. For example, if you have a credit card with 24% APR and a personal loan at 8% APR, you'd attack the credit card first, even if its balance is higher. This sounds financially smart, but is it always the right choice for everyone? The answer might surprise you. The fundamental difference between these two methods boils down to psychology versus pure mathematics. The debt snowball focuses on quick wins, giving you the emotional satisfaction of seeing debts disappear, which can be crucial for staying motivated on a long journey. It's about building a habit of paying extra. The debt avalanche, however, is a cold, hard calculation designed to save you the maximum amount of money in interest and reduce your overall repayment time. It's about efficiency. For someone struggling with motivation, the quick wins of the snowball can be a lifeline. For someone who can stick to a plan regardless of immediate gratification, the avalanche offers a significant financial advantage. But to truly grasp the impact, we need to look at some real numbers, not just concepts. What does this mean for your wallet, specifically? Let's work through an example. Imagine you have 3 debts. Credit card A, $500 at 20% APR, credit card B, $2,000 at 18% APR, and a personal loan, $5,000 at 10% APR. Let's assume you have an extra $100 per month to put towards your debt. A personal loan, $5,000 at 10% APR. Your total extra payment capacity is $100 per month. With the debt snowball, you target credit card first. You make minimum payments on B and the loan, and put the extra $100 plus minimums onto A. Once A is paid off in just a few months, you'll feel a huge surge of motivation. Now, you take that full payment amount, minimum plus extra $100, and apply it to credit card B. You're building momentum, but what's happening to the interest on that larger personal loan while you focus on the smaller debts? This is where the financial trade-off becomes clear. The emotional win is real, but the dollar cost can add up quickly. Using the same debts, credit card A, $500 at 20% APR, credit card B, $2,000 at 18% APR, and a personal loan, $5,000 at 10% APR. Let's assume you have an extra $100 per month to put towards your debt. A personal loan, $5,000 at 10% APR. Let's apply the debt avalanche. Here, the priority shifts to the highest interest rate, which is credit card A at 20%. You'd make minimum payments on credit card B and the personal loan, and direct all your extra $100 towards credit card A. This is the same initial target as the Snowball, but what happens when you have more debts with varying rates? For example, if the personal loan was 22% and credit card A was 15%, the Avalanche would prioritize the personal loan, even though it's the largest balance. This strategic focus ensures that the most expensive debt is eliminated first, preventing it from accumulating massive interest charges. The difference in total interest paid over the life of these debts can be substantial, often thousands of dollars. But what if you struggle to stay motivated with this approach? So, which method pays off faster and saves you more? Mathematically, the debt avalanche wins almost every single time. By targeting the highest interest rates first, you reduce the total amount of interest paid over the life of your debt. This means you'll typically pay off your total debt sooner and save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. In our example, the Avalanche would save you over $1,000 in interest compared to the Snowball and get you debt-free a few months earlier. However, the debt Snowball is often more effective for individuals who need consistent psychological wins to stay on track. If you're someone who easily gets discouraged, the quick elimination of smaller debts can provide the necessary motivation to keep going. The key isn't just about the numbers, it's about what you can actually stick to long-term. But there's a crucial mistake many people make when choosing. A common myth is that you must choose one method and stick to it rigidly. The truth is the best method is the one you will actually follow consistently. If the debt avalanche's slow initial progress on a large, high-interest debt makes you want to give up, then the Snowball, despite its higher interest cost, might be better for your long-term success. The biggest mistake is abandoning your debt payoff plan entirely. Think of it this way. Saving $500 in interest with the Avalanche is great, but if you quit after 3 months, you save nothing. Paying an extra $100 in interest with a Snowball, but sticking with it for 2 years is a huge win. Your personal financial psychology is a critical factor here, often overlooked in favor of pure math. What if you could combine the best of both worlds? For some, a hybrid approach might be the perfect solution. Start with the debt Snowball to build momentum and see those initial quick wins. Pay off 1 or 2 small debts to get that psychological boost and prove to yourself you can do it. Once you've built confidence and established the habit of consistently paying extra, transition to the debt avalanche. At this point, you're motivated and have fewer, albeit larger, debts remaining. You can now switch to targeting the highest interest rates to maximize your financial savings. This strategy leverages the motivational power of the Snowball while ultimately benefiting from the interest savings of the Avalanche. It's about being flexible and adapting your strategy to your evolving financial discipline. But what happens if you completely ignore these strategies? Here's what happens if you just pay minimums without a strategy. You could easily add years to your debt repayment and thousands to your total interest paid. Consider Sarah, who had $15,000 in credit card debt across 3 cards, all around 20% APR. She just paid the minimums, which barely covered the interest. For 5 years, she felt stuck, making payments but seeing her balances barely move. She essentially paid over $10,000 in interest without making a dent in her principal. If she had used the debt avalanche from day one, she could have been debt-free in less than 3 years, saving herself those painful interest payments and the prolonged stress. This isn't just a story. It's the reality for countless Americans drowning in debt because they lack a clear, actionable plan. Don't let this be your story. Take control now. Ready to take action? First, gather all your debt statements. List every debt: credit cards, personal loans, student loans. For each, note the current balance, the interest rate, APR, and the minimum monthly payment. Second, decide which strategy aligns best with your personality. If you need quick wins to stay motivated, lean towards the Snowball. If you're disciplined and want to save the most money, the Avalanche is for you. Third, commit to finding extra money each month. Even $50 or $100 extra can make a huge difference. Cut unnecessary expenses, pick up a side hustle, or sell and used items. Every dollar extra means less interest paid and a faster path to freedom. This isn't a quick fix, but a consistent effort. But how do you stay on track when life gets in the way? Consistency is key to any debt payoff strategy. Set up automatic payments for your minimums to avoid late fees. For your target debt, set a recurring transfer for your extra payment, or manually make that payment on a specific date each month. Track your progress. Seeing those balances drop, especially the target one, reinforces your motivation. Use a spreadsheet, an app, or even just a physical chart on your fridge. Celebrate small milestones, paying off that first card, hitting a certain balance reduction. Share your goals with a trusted friend or partner for accountability. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint, but every step forward is progress. And as you tackle your debt, what about managing your budget to prevent future debt accumulation? That's a crucial next step. The debt avalanche typically saves you the most money and gets you debt-free faster, but the debt snowball can be a powerful motivator if you need those early wins. Choose the one you'll stick with. Now that you're armed with these strategies, you might be wondering how to build a budget that actually helps you achieve these goals without feeling restrictive. If you're ready to create a foolproof budget that makes debt payoff easier and prevents future overspending, watch our video on the 50/30/20 rule next. Don't forget to subscribe for more actionable personal finance advice to help you build lasting wealth.